Good evening, guys. This is Neutron Performance coming to you with a build series. Hold on, let me clean this lens real quick. First build series for a 86 Honda CRX. This is it right here. This is a 1986 Honda CRX that I'm doing a Frankenstein build for. Pretty clean, pretty rust free. This is a 91 that my brother bought a week ago. We're doing a head swap. It's got a B18 non-VTEC head on it. B18 block, just non-VTEC. We're doing a head swap out of a Integra GSR. Let me pop the hood for you guys, just so you guys could check it out. Took the head off of it this evening. Really simple. My brother bought a block guard for it for whatever reason. He thinks that he might end up going turbo later on, so should be a fun build. We got the GSR head in the back. The GSR head has got dual valve springs, titanium retainers. It's got a pair of Skunk 2 camshafts, adjustable timing gears. Pretty sweet, man. So we got that. The only thing is that we're gonna, if you guys that deal with this sort of stuff, I mean, we're normally, this is our first video as far as, you know, 4 cylinders. Our first Honda video. We've normally dealt with V8s and stuff, and more European cars, but we've been wanting to do a set of you know, some Honda swaps, and we wanted to get into Hondas and see what they were all about. But anyways, for the CRX, we're gonna be doing that head swap. If you guys could comment in the section, you know, in the comment section below, we need to figure out where we need to run the wire. It's got a P72 ECU OBD1, but we need to run a wire from the VTEC solenoid to a pin on the ECU, but we're not sure what pin it is. So those guys that are out there that know how to do that, if you guys could comment in the section below and let us know what pin it is, it would be very appreciated. But back to this 86. We're doing a K24 A4 block. Show you the pistons here. These are Wiseco pistons, 13.5 to 1 compression, and wish I would have filmed the whole process, but we went ahead and we gapped the rings. I gapped the rings to top ring was gapped. I gapped it at 18 thousandths, and then the second ring we gapped at 20 thousandths. It's got a Brian Crower H-beam Sportsman super lightweights, and all the bearings are They're king bearings. King bearings for the mains, king bearings for the rods. Came out pretty sweet. We went ahead and installed the crank, torqued it all down, put the girdle in. We used our trusty old Honda Bond. These are the old pistons that came out of it. And this is the head that we're going to go ahead and install. This is a K20 Z1. It's a PRB head. Came out of a Acura RSX Type S. And I'm just undecided yet. I'm hoping to get 300 horsepower. 300 horsepower on motor. And I gapped the rings to those specs that I just told you about. 18 thousandths for the top, 20 thousandths for the bottom. Because in the future, I might go ahead and put a turbo on this motor and run 8 pounds. I wouldn't run any more than 8 pounds. But I'd like, if I ever come around to that, I'd have the ability to do so. But on this high compression motor, it probably wouldn't be safe to run any more than 8 pounds. 10 pounds tops. I mean, this thing's gonna be a ripper. Even on 8 pounds, it'd be crazy fast. Hold on, guys, let me spin this thing around. So we checked the clearances on the journals before we put everything together. On the main journals, we were right at about 17 thousandths of oil clearance, which is pretty good. I mean, I would have been happier with 2 thousandths, but again, this is going to be a street car. It's not going to be a straight up race car. It's going to be a driven car to have fun with, and occasionally go out and make a couple passes with it. We're going to be running an S2000 oil pump on these K24s. The stock oil pump had these balance shafts. It was a pretty big, heavy setup right here. Like, it took up all this space right here. So we're gonna go ahead and run an S2000 oil pump, because I mean, this motor will be seen in the upwards of 9,000 RPMs. So we don't want any issues. On these K24s, you have to this plug right here. This is a plug because this is an oil jet for the stock K24 oil pump. When you go ahead and swap that oil pump for a RSX oil pump or a S2000 oil pump, you got to cap this thing off. So what you got to do is you got to take this girdle, you got to tap and thread that hole, and you got to put a bolt in it, because if not, you're gonna have 5 pounds of oil pressure, and that's not gonna be any good. So the bolt for that is a M1.5 thread. I think it was a M1.5. It was like 1.25 inch long, and I found it easier to, instead of thread it from this side, of course you'll have the girdle off. You don't want to do this with the girdle on, but I found it easier thread it from the backside, because it's kind of pitched. It's got like this hole has got like a taper to it. So on the backside of this, it tapered. So, you know, my tap was able to go in there a whole lot easier than doing it from this side. So once I got it through on the back side, I went ahead and ran it through this side too, just to kind of clean it up a little bit. I grabbed this bolt. I filled the hole with, not completely, but I put some Honda Bond in the hole, in the port. And then I put Honda Bond on the threads. And you just thread it in there, tighten it down, and you're done. So, pretty simple. And then everything's been torqued down. This engine, I mean, rotates so freely, man. It's crazy. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna be doing a video on this whenever I'm working on this from now on. I'm gonna be doing a video on this, and during the day. So this is my first video as far as, you know, for YouTube, doing this build series. I've been onto YouTube a couple times, and you know, I've done videos in the past for YouTube, and I just haven't had any kind of motivation to doing it. But you know what? I was like, screw it. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Thought it'd be fun because, you know, just as much as I've learned from guys, you know, on YouTube that, you know, post videos about this stuff, I've learned a lot from those guys. And I think, you know, it'd be nice to go ahead and give back, you know. So anyways, if you guys could help me out, any suggestions on like cams? I'm trying to get, you know, I'd like to get about 300 horsepower again, 300 horsepower on motor. If you guys could suggest a set of cams that would allow me to, you know, reach some numbers, what do you guys think? You know, I've seen a couple, I've read up on a couple forums, you know, there's these pins or something that would allow you to run on VTEC all the time. But I think that would require a different set of cams. I'm not sure. But you guys let me know what y'all think. And we'll go from there. This is the tool that I use to follow my rings down. This is a piston ring Fowler. Got from Summit Racing for 50 bucks. You guys are definitely going to need some kind of service manual, repair manual, you know, for all your, you know, your torque down specifications, like, you know, your stock clearances. You know, if you guys aren't using stock bearings and stuff, you know, it'd still be a helpful tool, you know. That way you could compare, see what, you know, there's the service, you know, the serviceability on crankshafts, you know, their maximum, you know, clearances or oil clearances. It's just a really nice tool to have, so you could reference to it whenever you're in doubt or got any kind of questions or whatever. It's always nice to have a service manual. So, anyways. But yeah, guys, I appreciate any help you guys could give me as well. Like, share, subscribe. And we'll go from there. Again, guys, I'm going to be posting a video at least once a week of me working on this thing. Right now, I got to order the windage tray. I'm going to go ahead and order that tonight. I'm going to order that. I'm going to go ahead and order my oil pump. That way we could get this whole bottom end done. You know, once we get this bottom end done, then everything else is easy. You know, we can go ahead and do whatever work we need to do to the head. You know, and slap it on there. Check out the head. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace valves. We're gonna go ahead and go with SuperTech flat top valves, dual valve springs, and the cams. I'm just not sure what cams I'm gonna run yet. I might even port these things out too. The intake ports and the exhaust ports. I was thinking about it. And that's about it, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much. Again, subscribe. You'll be getting a video once a week, at the very least. And you know, I hope to see you guys. I hope to get any, you know, hope you guys comment, and we'll go from there. Thank you.